Gurudev Pranam.
Pranam.
Gurudev, in our previous conversations, you have explained what is Yoga Anushasana and what is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So today we have come to the third aphorism from Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Samadhipad. Can I read the aphorism?
Of course.
Yes. The aphorism goes like this. Tada drashtuhu surupe avasthanam. Here we find two terms. One is drashtuhu and the next one is suru. So who is drashtu and what is suru, Gurudev?
The swarup of the individual. We as individuals all the time are dominated by different propensities, and these propensities are to be regulated. That is the instruction in the aphorism, previous aphorism. And when you control these propensities, completely control, then you actually forget your individual existence, individual feeling. Yeah? You become universal. Universal. The universal form of an individual is swarup. The universal form. Everybody has two forms, individual and universal. Individual form is the time when we work, we talk, we go, we move, we quarrel, we love, all sorts of things people do with individuality. When you can dilute this individuality by diluting the propensities, vritti, sarupita, vittis, propensities, when you can dilute them, then you are universal, already universal. And this universal form is your swarup. This is human. And swarup, of course, everything in the world has a swarup. Without swarup, nothing is existing. Like I can say the swarup of the earth is the sun. Swarup of the earth is the sun. Swarup of the hen is the egg. Swarup of the water is H2O, But the essential swarup, the swarup is being meant over here, is about universal form of an individual. He has an universal form. That has to be realized. That is the question. So, and then comes drashtu. Who is the drashtu? Drashtu is the person who is able and who is successful in realizing this universal form, universal consciousness, universal form of his own individual. There's very difficult thing, but it is possible.
So here, drashtu means one who realizes. He is drashtu.
One who realizes.
And drashta means what he realizes. Is swarup?
Drashta, drashtu is the same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I mean, drashtu means one who realizes, or one who has to dilute himself to the universal identity.
The one who has drishti
is drashtu.
Is drashtu.
And swarup means what he realizes, or where.
What he realizes.
Yes, or where he dilutes himself.
Where he forgets himself.
Yes.
And his own form, his own real eternal form is manifest within himself, within him. That is swarup.
So, there is a confusion. Which one is real? Our daily activities or our individual existence, or
this is Maya.
Maya.
This is
illusion.
Maya. Illusion. Devi Shaguna Maya Maya Mami Vaji Prabodhante Maya Vedanta.
Tanti.
This is Gunamaya Maya. It is surrounded with different gunas, attributes, different attributes, Sattva, Raja, Tamo.
And because of these mayas, these illusions, we forget our universal existence.
Oh,
Is it
yeah,
here?
of course. Yeah, of course, that is true. Devi Maya. Because of this Maya, this Sattva Maya, sometimes Sattva Guna, sometimes Rajaguna, sometimes Tamoguna, this Maya confined a person within and doesn't allow him to realize this universal form. So universal form is known when he is above Maya, above all the gunas. The Gita says in the form of guna, but Patanjali doesn't say in the form of guna, but he speaks Tadashtu Sarupya Avasthanam after propensities. He is talking much of propensities, whereas the Gita speaks of guna.
So, would have been short how to break this shield of Maya and dilute ourselves.
Mami Vaji Prabodhanti, the one who worships me. If you have worshipped God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your spirit, you'll automatically overcome these gunas. With all your heart, with all your mind, you should worship God and love God. And you see, you try to have a right kind of vichar. So he vichar.
We can say he's playing with us because he creates Maya, and if we resign ourselves to him, then he will remove all the Mayas also.
Of course, surrender. Complete self-surrender. By thorough self-surrender, by genuine self-surrender, you will be able to remove this influence of Maya from you.
In Yoga Sutra we read that Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So when we control our all propensities, we cannot be active. No?
You mean to say that when you are active, when you are active, then your propensities are also working?
They are also working, and they are not in the state of Nirodha.
Nirodha, yes, of course not.
And the whole world moves with activities. Propensities. And Yoga says that, Patanjali says that, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So, his idea and the idea of activities, are they not contradictory to each other?
Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha is for the time being. It's not permanently. Permanently it cannot be possible. It's for the time being only. Capacity should be developed so that he can have his propensities controlled. Capacity should be developed. That is what they think. This is a science, the capacity. Like if you can write English, you do not write all day long. Sometimes you write only. If you can play music, you play only for some time, not all the time.
But the rest of the time, the possibilities is there.
You have many other activities, you have many other functions. So, Patanjali says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That means you have the capacity to get it stopped, silent. If you have the capacity to make the mind break into silence, whenever you feel, you have a great capacity.
Thank you, Gurudev.